Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday night, and we are live on Exeter Channel 22, Facebook, and YouTube, hopefully. I am KJ Traynor. Terry Traynor is not here tonight. Usually we start with an opening monologue, but as I said, Terry Traynor is not here tonight, so there is no opening monologue, but it is the early late night live show. Let's roll those opening credits. Good evening, everyone. It's the early late night live show. It's Wednesday night, and as I just said, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Channel 22 in Exeter. I'm KJ Traynor, or KJ Traynor as it says in the credits, and I am here with Mitch Fortier, who's my co-host tonight.
Fortunately.
Well, Terry Traynor is our normal host. He's out tonight. He's sick, but we do have Steve Blackwood in the house. He's going to be talking to us about his acting career and his new short film that's coming out, which I think you had a hand in.
Meet the author, right? I did,
Yeah, all right. And also the man behind the machine, whose face we cannot show, Bobby Trickett's in the house, right, Bobby?
Hey, hey.
How are you doing tonight?
Wonderful.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
So, you're excited?
Oh, yeah.
Are we all happy Terry's not here?
Yes.
No, we're not happy Terry's not here.
No,
No,
you're right.
That might be pushing
Right.
it. I mean, I don't want him to make him kick him while he's down.
Hope he feels better.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sure he hates
better.
not being here. That's what yeah.
I'm sure he does, especially when he sees how we handle it tonight. So we usually start this segment with some news, and I'm also the news person, so I got to bring it up on my phone because I forgot to print it before I left work today. So tonight, that we go over the box office, and the #1 movie this weekend was Dumbo, which I feel like I was just telling you before the camera started rolling that I was like the only person that wanted to see it. But apparently other people wanted to see it because it's the #1 movie this weekend.
I did admit that I want to see it too.
You did?
Yeah, a movie about an elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tim Burton, and I really kind of dug the trailer.
Yeah, he's kind of a famous dude, so I mean, live action animation on a classic story would be kind of fun.
Yeah. And I love the World War II twist that they put in it. I just love that kind of stuff. Bobby, did you want to see Dumbo?
No.
No?
I'm not. No, you know what? I can't get into it now, but I'm just,
You got issues with
see it.
elephants with big ears?
Yeah, it not realistic.
Not realistic.
Are you afraid of elephants, Bobby?
No, but Terry's afraid of horses.
That is true. I almost got him to ride a horse in a movie because I said, why don't we start your character off in a polo match? He's like, oh, that would be amazing, but we didn't do it. So I'm still working.
Because Terry is, yeah.
Because he's still afraid of horses. So #2 movie this weekend was Us, followed by Captain Marvel, which I believe crossed the 1 billion mark this weekend, and it's the #7 Marvel movie to have done that, which is
ridiculous. Yeah, the amount of money that these films are making, it's just unbelievable.
I still haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
No.
Have you seen that, Captain Marvel, Bobby?
I have. I saw it this weekend.
Oh, was it good?
Nice. Yes. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it was great.
Was Jude Law awesome in it? Because I was very excited Jude Law was in it.
Yeah, I mean, she killed it. It was, the information, it just tied in so many different things, and I can't wait for Endgame.
I can't wait for Endgame.
Yeah.
I was just saying before the show that I can't even watch the new trailer because I get too excited about it, and I just can't handle it. So I've watched
every teaser like 4 times right in a row.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm a little bit out of the loop. I didn't know there was a new trailer out. It's been out for more than a couple of days. Okay, well, so that tells you.
Any bets on who's going to survive or die in this episode?
Ooh, we need to start a death pool for the end game.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's not Steve Rogers. I'm pretty sure he's going to walk away from the suit, but.
Yeah, I mean, who can die, right? This.
I mean, they got to bring everybody back.
Captain America could die. I mean,
but is
he's
it a
not
real
invincible.
Death?
He's just really powerful kind of a dude. So
right.
Could be him.
I mean, he's already like, what, 100 years old?
Tony Stark. I mean, it might be time. he's had a good run.
That would be so sad.
He's done some pretty cool stuff. So, I mean.
I'm excited for you guys to see it.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, because it's just like, right now, I just feel so antsy because I want to tell you guys, but I can't.
Oh, man. Well, then we just make a pact to go see it. and then we can talk about it next week and spoil it for everybody, all of our viewers.
They've probably already seen it.
We've probably already seen it.
So the only other movie I wanted to mention was Unplanned, which is a PureFlix movie, a Christian film, is number 4 in the box office, making its budget back of $6 million, which is a really considerable achievement considering how few theaters it was in. It did so well that they're actually expanding its theater reach. So that's kind of...
I know nothing about that film.
So, yeah, it's kind of one of those hard-hitting, politically sensitive films, so we can't really talk about it, otherwise Terry will throw something at his screen.
I got you. Yeah, okay.
But...
well, the title leads me to think what it could be, so I get it.
But good on PureFlix. I mean, it's their first R-rated movie, and it's obviously doing well for them. Apparently,
it's one of those movies that's being audited after suspension.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It was suspended in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, from Twitter, yeah. Twitter suspended it for a few hours on Saturday. We don't know why.
Gotcha.
Yeah, every once in a while, Twitter's just like, yeah, no.
Twitter was?
Well, it's like...
What?
Twitter?
Twitter, yeah, suspended the Unplanned account. They don't really know why, but...
The same reason that Zuckerberg, decides to shut off our Facebook live feed.
Yeah.
Just doesn't like us.
I know, right?
Kind of thing.
But anyway, so the other thing I found of interest was the Department of Justice got in touch with the Academy, the Academy Awards.
Not the Justice League, the Department of Justice.
The Department of Justice.
Like the actual government.
Batman was not involved in this particular statement, saying that they're talking about not allowing Netflix and other streaming sites to submit their movies for Oscar consideration.
They're not going to let them play with the Oscars?
They're not going to let them play with the Oscars. Well, apparently Netflix. The Department of Justice sent a warning to the Academy saying that it might be a violation of the Sherman Trust Act for them not to allow...
Netflix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And the Sherman Trust Act is got something to do with what?
Yeah, it's sort of an anti-monopoly act. It was enacted, I believe, in the 1890s. Okay. And Teddy Roosevelt was a big proponent of it, basically breaking up the, like the iron trust.
Somebody did their homework.
Somebody, yeah. Well, I actually just did this film called The Dinner Party, set in the Progressive Era, so it's coming to a theater. Awesome. Check it out, Narrow Street Films, end of plug. Anyway.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I understand Steven Spielberg had something to say about this whole thing, right? I think that was part of the stink.
He wants to ban Netflix and other like-minded. He says they're television and TV movies are not, they don't qualify.
TV movies, but movies that are on Netflix that are Netflix originals?
Right. The ruling right now is that they have to premiere in a theater, and I believe a theater in LA or in Hollywood, something like that. And they have to have at least a limited run to be Oscar worthy. Yeah. But they want to just make a more blanket statement saying that movies that are Netflix originals are not qualified.
What do we think about this? I mean,
well, so we kind of talked a little bit about this earlier, and the Emmys have a genre, and they go straight to TV, and the movies that are going straight to television, they've got their own thing, right? Made for TV movies. So, how and why did they decide to go and do that and create the Emmys and make movies not Hollywood based, or is it because the Oscars and the Academies just decided to reject them altogether? Way back when. I mean, is that? And now that's the way it's always been done, so that's the way they want to keep it.
Yeah,
some of the
board precedent, I guess, maybe.
Spielberg's on the board, I guess, of the Academy, so.
So the concern is that if they're not allowed to be Oscar nominated, is that it's going to crush competition, or make a tighter monopoly, I guess, on it. Now, I don't see that that's really a big issue with Netflix. Netflix is in everybody's home; they're going to be fine, but. I'm glad somebody's sticking up for Netflix because they make really good movies.
What's the point of making the movie?
Just for it to be seen.
Right. But, I mean...
to make money. I mean, there's studios want to make money with
Right.
films.
So, why are they blocking it? Because they're just...
The theory is that, I think that one of the things that they're thinking and why the Department of Justice is stepping in is because they think that it's almost a little bit of a pat on their own back. They think the Oscars are some kind of a boost to revenue, and that if you win an Oscar, then you are going to be seen more, and people are going to watch your films and notoriety and all that other stuff. And
the Black Panther did benefit a lot from it.
Yeah, right? Well, sure. I mean, it was one of the best grossing films of all time. So There's probably some truth to that. I don't know if there's a study that's been done, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure for every actress or actor that wins an Academy Award, it is a boost to their career. But
yeah,
it's
the
just
cast career, the directors, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of filmmakers themselves,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, good on Netflix for panicking everybody and making them make this ruling.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it's going to affect Netflix that much anyways. They're going to do well. They're going to be fine for all intents and purposes. They'll make their own awards at this point. That's kind of what I can say. So they're going to call it the, who knows what?
The Netties.
The Netties.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Patent that right now. Before you...
The Flickies. Actually, I think there's a Flickr award or something like that. I forget. Flickr show? Like, no. Okay.
I don't know.
It should be.
I do know that I saw The Highwaymen, which is a Netflix original, which we reviewed the trailer for, and I was very excited about.
Yeah, with Woody Harrelson and
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, and it's about the men who hunted down Bonnie and Clyde.
That's right, yeah.
Very good movie.
Right
very
on.
good. It's much slower than I thought it was going to be, but very good. And it did have a limited run in theaters, so I'm sure they're going to put that up for an Oscar if Steven Spielberg doesn't have his way.
Why wouldn't they put it up in theaters anyways? Exclusivity content? I mean, you put it in a couple of theaters for, a month.
Oh, I would do it just because I want to see myself on the big screen.
Yeah, I mean, so Netflix should just do it. Get it over with,
Exactly.
Quit being a baby. Whining.
All right, so do you have any news? Because you're in the news chair.
I am in the news chair. I'm in the KJ chair. This chair is usually reft with beratement from Terry, but unfortunately he's not here this week to do that. So
yeah, sorry, I don't berate as well as Terry.
Let's see. We talked about the Oscars. Mm-hmm. Has everybody got milk? Got milk?
Oh, I know where this is going.
GOT milk, because Oreo has a new cookie coming out. Well, it's not a new cookie, it's an old cookie with a new twist. And it's not a pun intended with the whole two pieces halves things. So there are, I think it's just a limited release, set of cookies with 3 different of the Game of Thrones sigils and one other one, which I can't remember what it is. I'd have to look it up. Coming out all in the same package that you can own and eat in your own home.
That's pretty epic.
Oreo, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Oreo's jumping on the Game of Thrones bandwagon.
Well, after the sneakers, right? They must have been jealous. Like, hey, we want a piece of that action.
I thought sneakers was pretty ridiculous, but then cookies.
Yeah, but they probably are charging $200 for the box of cookies. I'm just going to guess on that.
I'm guessing they're probably the same price.
Probably.
Yeah.
What is it, Nike came out with sneakers?
I want to say it was Reebok, but it might have been.
Reebok?
Yeah, I can't remember now, but I just remember Terry got a kick out of the fact that they had the all-white sneaker that they were selling as a Game of Thrones sneaker, and Terry thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
$200 for an all-white sneaker.
Yeah, they were very expensive too. They weren't cheap sneakers.
A friend that bought, it's like fire and brimstone sneakers.
Fire and brimstone.
Yeah, and they're supposedly, I might have the brimstone thing wrong, but they're Game of Thrones.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But he spent like $200 on them.
I am pretty excited for the final season though.
Okay.
See how it ends.
So I did see the trailer, and it looks like all the guys that were fighting each other now have to work together to fight off another bad guy.
Well,
Am I correct on that?
That would be smart.
Okay.
Yeah, on their part. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's like alien thingies coming or something.
Let's put our differences aside to save our lives. You know, kind of a situation, because we're pretty screwed if we don't. That's how it was. Yeah, it was left. So yeah, it should be interesting to see how it comes out. I mean, the series like this that are really, really popular, and you go through this years of watching a show, and then the ending is such a big deal because you're always either super disappointed, totally confused, or or somewhat pleased. So it's going to be interesting to see how it comes out.
Are you rooting for one particular side, or who do you want to sit on that really uncomfortable looking throne?
I'm going to have to go with the Queen of Dragons. I think she's the rightful heir. So. Okay.
Can she handle it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Kidding me? She can burn in fire and not die. So.
I had a girlfriend who was really upset that Jon Snow died, and then when he came back, she was really happy. And she sort of got mixed feelings about him being with the Queen of Dragons there, because I think she thought he was her boyfriend. But
yeah, that was a whole big to-do about that.
Yeah.
So him coming back to life is not in the books, I guess. So.
Oh, okay. But isn't this last season not based on the book because the book wasn't written yet?
There's a lot of stuff that's, maybe,
okay.
I don't know that for sure. Yeah, so that's interesting. I'll have to look into that.
Okay. So, and I know they're coming out with Amazon is coming out with the Lord of the Rings series. Oh, we only have 1 minute. So Amazon Lord of the Rings series, don't know what that's about, but it should be good.
Cool.
So we have 1 minute left, or is it 30 seconds? Oh, I got to wrap it up. Okay, so in a moment, we're going to have Steve Blackwood. Sorry, I'm new at this.
That's like, wrap it up.
Wrap it up. So in a moment, we're going to have Steve Blackwood here in the chair. He's going to talk to us about his new short film, which we're going to be running the promo for. I'm sorry, the trailer for. That's going to be played at the Boston Film Festival. Not this weekend, but next weekend.
It's Saturday, yeah, the 13th at 1:45, I believe.
All right,
yeah.
So you definitely want to check that out. Jack, do I still have any time left? Keep rapping, just keep going.
Keep rapping?
So, yeah, keep rapping.
Christmas rap, paper birthday, anniversary.
So, and we are live on Facebook and on YouTube and on Exeter Channel 22. So
send Terry some well wishes.
Yes, do send Terry some well wishes. He will probably be looking up from his sick bed to read the comments, so we really would appreciate it.
I'm surprised he hasn't commented.
I am too, actually. I haven't
he's texting.
We should probably watch what's going on.
We probably should. Are we still on? We're still on? We're going to go to commercial in a minute.
Thank you so much. I'm more of what you call a mid-list writer.
Is this the line? I kind of assumed there'd be a line. I'm not crazy stalker lady, I swear.
No, I've been blue.
In the book world, you strike when the iron is hot. The iron is cold, Marvin. It's unplugged. You couldn't press a hanky with it.
We spend money. I'm sure too. No one does those love scenes exactly like
I write, don't you understand? I don't know how to do anything else.
You make me feel so grand. I got to.
I once dated a guy who was totally into brewing his own ginger ale. His whole world was a stupid hobby. Who even likes ginger ale?
This little scheme, I'm scheming and a dream.
They like you, baby. They like you a lot. We're back.
True, she meant me for some.
Writing is significant. It's not smacking lips.
With the fiery passion of a supernova.
Yes, as a matter of fact. Phew. You're kidding, right?
Is that kind of like a deal breaker?
For someone exactly like you.
Mom is getting hot.
Exactly like you.
Mom is getting hot.
Exactly like you.
And we're back. I have on the couch with me Steve Blackwood, who directed and starred in the film that you just saw a trailer for, Meet the Author. Steve, thanks for coming on our show.
Thank you, KJ. Hello, Mitch.
Spud, buddy.
This is just awesome to be here. I've been hearing about your show. It's going great.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun.
I want a GOT Oreo cookie.
I do too, and a glass of milk to go with it.
You know, I don't know when they're available, but I should have brought some.
Hodor was in Boston, was in Massachusetts.
Really?
Yesterday.
Wow, what was he doing there?
I don't know, but they...
Hold the door.
Hodor, okay. Spoiler alert. But he was in Boston yesterday, and I think he should come back and ride the dragon and be the rightful heir. That's my...
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
So
nice.
we have a difference of opinion here.
Did not see that coming. Yeah.
The Twisted Mind of Steve Blackwood.
Okay, well, I'll just assume you both are correct because I haven't seen the show yet. So tell us about Meet the Author. I know you directed it and produced it, right?
Right. Meet the Author started as a one-act play by David Sussman, a funny one-act, two-handed comedy, just me, the lead author and the girl. And I made it into a movie. I added characters, but the essential plot is that this romance author is on the skids, and he goes to these book signings, and nobody shows up.
Oh.
Like there was one person in the yeah, and it turns out to possibly be a love interest, but I won't give that away. But the the other one was a bum. And shows up, and he was looking for food and drinks.
Well, it looked like that was a lot of fun to do.
It was awesome. Mitch helped. Mitch was second AD.
I was second AD and production coordinator.
Okay.
Amongst many other things, and it was a ball to shoot. We actually shot it in Newburyport, which is my hometown now. I moved from California to here because I was on Days of Our Lives, and my character got killed off, and my evil twin never came back.
Wow.
So I
sent some anger in that, some disdain in that.
I gotta tell you, the producer of the show, and I don't care. Do they get this?
You had a
in
long
Los
run. You were there for
Angeles?
10 years, right?
10 years, yeah. The producer comes to my dressing room. This is he says, Steve, I got a great thing I gotta tell you. We're killing your character off. It's sweeps week, and they're gonna be like, you're gonna be really famous. You're gonna be in all the soap magazines, soap. I said, whoa, Steve, whoa. His name was Steve. So you're killing me off? And he said, yeah. Isn't that great?
How's that great?
I mean, they're so into the ratings and all that, they have no idea that he was taking my livelihood away. Yes!
And I saw that scene. It was really sad.
Yeah, it was very sad. I got stabbed by a sword that was meant for Tony DeMira.
The guy you worked for, right?
Right. I had to walk around the set with the sword sticking out of my, going this way out of my thing. Anyway, what was the question? Oh, the movie, yeah. So yeah, we filmed it in Jabberwocky Bookstore, which is in Newburyport. They let us film in the bookstore.
Great independently owned bookstore.
Yes, wonderful. Everybody go and buy a book at Jabberwocky, and we shot it there.
Jabberwocky.
Jabberwocky.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were very kind. Also, the Brown Sugar Restaurant there, Michael's Harbor Side, they all gave us food for the lunch break, great. And it was just a town effort to help us. And also, I did an Indiegogo campaign.
Oh wow!
You know, because all the soap money's gone now. I have to borrow from.
They
Mitch.
didn't bring back your evil.
Yeah, I didn't bring my.
Although, if you were a bad guy, would that be a good twin that they would have to bring back?
Yeah,
like
no, they would bring back my good twin.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
You weren't evil.
Well, no, I was.
What was his name again?
His name was Bart Beiderbecke.
That's right.
And he was.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it.
Actually, I got on the show and they said, you're just a henchman to Stefano DiMera, Joe Mascolo. Rest in peace, Joe. That's all you are. You just say yes or no, sir. You do what Stefano tells you to do. Well, I started adding comedy, which is what I love, into the character, and so a 3-day job ended up being a 10-year regular gig.
Oh, wow.
Which was, and Bart was very much a comedic character, like a Peter Sellers, you know, go kill him, Bart, and then I lose where my gun is. Hilarious.
The endearing qualities of
stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love Peter Sellers. I love especially his work with Blake Edwards. That's just amazing.
It's wonderful. Well, I tell my students, you know, do what you love. What's your passion? You know, what do you really dig, and go and do that. And don't worry about anything else, because the money will come. But do what you love. Always do what you love.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of which, you have a couple of classes that you teach.
I certainly do, and there's a couple people here that might be my students as well.
Maybe.
Been to 1 or 2 or 3 or more.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's called. I have.
It's us, by the way,
Yeah.
in case you were wondering.
It's Terry, actually.
And Terry and.
I think I just sent you a text the other day pleading with you. Can I please do Take Me to the Shrew?
Why isn't Terry here? He doesn't like me.
Sick.
That's what it is.
Yeah. He thought you were going to say that. No, he was sick, and I told him, don't bring it here and infect anybody. Stay home.
I have. It's the Steve Blackwood Masterclass, and that's my private class with actors that have a bit more experience. And then I have the Steve Blackwood Sessions, which is newcomers and people doing cold reads and stuff like that. And I teach them what was taught to me by Uta Hagen in New York City at HB Studio. Uta's a great, legendary acting teacher. Personalize the material. Who am I? What do I want? What's my obstacle? Be specific.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that you once brought your own vacuum cleaner because you were playing Felix.
Felix, and it was my personal vacuum cleaner, and so I was natural with my own vacuum cleaner. Actors, the biggest problem that I see with actors, not only in Boston, but in Detroit, wherever I teach, is that they don't work hard enough. You know, you watch Lucy on I Love Lucy. She's got that thing down. She knows her environment. She knows her space. She knows her physical life. And I tell the actors, you know, you really got to live it. You gotta, you gotta know the character like the back of your hand, and know the backstory, know the character's schedule during the day and at night. Know it so much that you're not acting anymore, you're being.
That's a trick to do, though.
That's a trick. I mean, it's so hard to just act and react in character in the moment. But I'll tell you one thing, for auditions, I tell my actors, if the more you're into character, those nerves go away, because you're so focused on your character that you're not thinking about anything other than getting what you want from the person you're reading with. And you're not thinking about, oh, did they like me? Is the casting director looking at me? How's my hair? You're only thinking about what you want and how to gauge your partner and to get what you want.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So those are my classes. And
that's what I've been doing wrong this whole time.
You don't know what you want.
Oh, it's the casting directors.
So I know you've written a book on these techniques. And you have a copy here.
Yes, I do. It's called the Steve Blackwood Sessions, and it's available on my website, www.steveblackwood.com. And it's also available, speaking of which, at Jabberwocky.
Oh, nice.
They have 5 copies now.
Oh.
And just a plug, if I could, on May 19th, Paul and I, my UPM, Paul Taft, who did an amazing job, and Evan Snyder was the DP, we want to do a screening just for the people that helped us do the movie in Newburyport, right there at the Jabberwocky in Newburyport.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're coming
in the back room.
You're coming with me. You're coming, KJ.
Yay!
Let it be said.
And Terry, you're coming too.
Terry's coming.
Wherever
No
you
excuses
are,
about
Terry.
being sick.
No excuses. But yeah, we want to do that on May 19th. And it's just wonderful. We're very proud of the film. Like Mitch says, it's going to be at the Boston International Film Festival, April 13th, Saturday at 1:45. We're also going to be on the red carpet, my wife and I.
That's awesome.
April 11th. The movie is screening at the Landmark Theater in Kenmore Square.
Okay, that's
I think
cool.
Oh,
I got all my plugs
neat.
in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Landmark. Oh, no. What about Karen? Your wife is an artist, is she not?
My wife's an artist. She's doing a workshop in Hampton at the Brush and Palette. God, I hope I'm saying that right.
Oh, yeah.
It
I
makes
think I know where that
sense.
is.
Brush and
Yeah.
Palette,
Okay.
yeah. You know, and,
cool.
and artists that want to do plein air painting, ocean painting, Karen's the best.
Okay, that's awesome. So I thought they were giving me a signal. Oh, they are giving me a signal.
They
2
are.
minutes. Okay. So what would you say to somebody who's thinking about becoming an actor? What would, they're going to your class or something, they come up to you and they say, I don't know where to, like, what step I should take or what I should expect from this career. What advice would you give?
Well, that's a good question. KJ, you're really good.
Oh, thank you.
I would say one word to all that.
Run.
No! Although the odds are 95% of us in the SAG record are unemployed.
95%?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
That's how it goes. So the odds are against you. It's going to be hard. You're going to be struggling. And it's all worth it. And the first thing I'll say to an actor that's new that, what should I do to do this? I say to them, you got to decide on your talent.
Decide on your
Decide
talent.
that this is what I love. I know, it's a knowing. I know this is what I love, and there's nothing that's going to stop me from doing it. I don't know where I'm going to end up or whatever, but I'm deciding that whatever obstacle comes up, I'm going to continue on. So it's the decision comes first, and then everything else will follow there. So that's what I say. The number one thing is the word decide, which is an active verb. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, it's great. I actually heard that.
No, that's awesome.
I heard something similar recently about how the decision is really important, but the action is of utmost. Once you've made that decision, it doesn't become reality until you actually act. So.
Right, and also for all those, a lot of actors come with parents that don't support them, or say, well, what are you really going to do? You can't make a living doing that. My father used to tell me that. Well, I made 6 figures on Days of Our Lives because I continue to do what I love to do. And there'll be friends that'll say, oh, that cute little acting thing that you do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Me, I would run for the hills away from friends like that. Frenemies.
Yeah, I heard someone refer to people like that as vampires once.
Vampires.
And I thought,
I
that's
like
really
that.
good because they're kind of an energy suck.
What
Yeah.
is it?
Energy vampires.
Yeah,
Energy vampires.
Yeah.
That suck the life right out of you.
exactly.
And if you hang around long enough, you're gonna get sucked in. So don't.
Well, I'm a.
Good advice, man. Yeah.
Well, thank you. That was really great. Unfortunately, our time is up.
No.
But it was awesome having you on.
Thanks,
and
KJ.
It's April 13th at
April
the
13th.
Boston International Film Festival.
Right there.
1:45, right?
Right.
All right. I'm going to be there, so
Yay.
to be able to see it. I cannot wait. All right. That's Stephen Blackwood. You can find him online and on Facebook, and his short film is Meet the Author. Next up, we're going to do Trailer Trash with 2 fun trailers that we found. Let me see. And we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Exeter Channel 22. And we'll be right back.
From New Hampshire, and he has a car.
Well, I don't think he's gonna let me borrow it for 4.5, 5-hour trip.
Oh, come on, Nate. Really? I think you can figure something out.
Touche. Not me. Hey, Jackie! Hey, whoa! Oh my, look, did you see that down there? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's your respirator right there. You can see it right there. The parts are hanging off. Okay, here's the thing. The net on it, it's broken. Okay, so that's really gonna, like, when this stuff get up into your garbulator. And your garbulator's gonna just, like, you know, stop everything dead in your motor. Right in the middle of the highway, it'll happen. Best thing to do, take it to a mechanic. You know what? Forget it. Give me the keys, and then I'll take it to my mechanic. That's the best way to do this, because he'll do a really nice job, and he'll do it for free, because he does the same thing for my bike, you know, because you have to really change them over every so often here. So you know what? No, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, okay? Why don't you go inside, have a donut, you know? I know you have to be at work about 9 on Monday. I'll be back by 8. It's a 3-hour trip. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it, okay?
And we're back, and this is one of our favorite sections. It's Trailer Trash. Do we have a trailer for Trailer Trash, like a little opening thing?
A trailer for
we
Trailer?
do? Yeah, we have like an opening thing for Trailer Trash. Can we roll that, please?
Terry is rolling over.
And we are back. So this is our favorite segment. This is where we review trailers and we either trash them or talk about how much we love them. And then we give a rating, which is, you know, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs somewhere in the middle. If we really like it, 2 up. If we really hate it, 2 in the eyes.
Seen people walk out. We haven't seen anybody walk out yet, actually.
No, nobody's walked out. The only time we got
You
Terry
just created an idea, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't really walk out.
I gotta
It would make a
find
difference.
if you can't.
We can describe you walking out.
And there
He's
we go.
storming off. I'm going to find like a really awful trailer to play next week so that Terry will storm off. Let's see if we can get him to do that.
I'm going to get an animator to create a Mickey Mouse James Bond.
That would be
trailer.
amazing. All right, so what's our first trailer?
I believe we're Tomorrow Man.
The Tomorrow Man, that's right, with John Lithgow. Could we roll that trailer, please? And take it away, Mitch.
Tomorrow Man, the Tomorrow Man, I stand corrected. John Lithgow, Blythe Danner, Katie Esselton. The synopsis, as I had once had up on my at my disposal, is not at my disposal anymore. So stand by.
I'm trying to. Oh, go ahead.
It's basically about a John Lithgow's character is a single and older gentleman who's apparently got a thing for the future and kind of stuck and tied to it, and meets this woman in happenstance at a convenience store who's apparently stuck in the past with some tragedies that she's gone through, and in their relationship they kind of trying to get to know each other, make these discoveries and start developing a connection, and in the trailer you get to see that Lithgow reveals a doomsday stash, and so and then which is a kind of neat technology actually. He does this whole magnet thing, right? I think actually they're showing
that
on
was
the
pretty
screen
cool. I
now.
couldn't figure out what he was doing.
Which is awesome. I love it.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Y2K. I'm going to show my age here, but do you remember the Y2K panic? People were like stashing stuff in the mountains because they thought the world was going to explode.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm a little bit of a survivalist. I have an affinity for that, that kind of mentality.
I was gonna say, you have like a cabin that you're preparing
So,
for nuclear war.
No, so I've researched
the address.
it.
Amazing.
No, I don't have
There's
that.
a show on Netflix. It is Doomsday Preppers.
Doomsday.
Oh, there. Yes.
Yes. And
Is it like a live
I was
show,
watching
or?
that. I was like, kind of just trying to find something to watch. I ended up watching that for like 2 hours, like fascinated by what these people were doing.
So is it like a documentary or is it like
It's like a TV show. They follow like 3 different preppers. They're called preppers, and they all have their different ways of
preparing for the end of the times?
Yeah. So it's so intricate. It's very thought out.
And they get pretty insane. I mean, people like digging 6-story deep holes in the ground to create these bunkers that are just, bomb-proof.
Yeah.
But I just looked up Wiki and looked up the plot in Wiki for this movie. A man preparing for the apocalypse meets and falls in love with a woman who is a shopaholic. That's it.
Let's suck the
Well, yeah, exactly. I don't want to. That sounded pretty freaking boring to me. Actually.
Yeah, it does. That's kind of sad. So anyway, I liked what I saw. I love John Lithgow anyway.
Me too.
I managed to drag my father to see Planet of the Apes because John Lithgow was in the remake. The remake
I've liked him since Third Rock.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Rock from the Sun.
Just all, which is pretty kind of old school actually nowadays. He's done a lot of stuff since then.
Yeah, my first time I saw him was as a little kid, and I saw him in Santa Claus the movie. He was the bad guy. You guys probably never saw that movie. It's actually quite a terrible movie, but I love it.
What was the name of it again?
Santa Claus the movie.
Oh yeah. No, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's got a great soundtrack. It's like Henry Mancini and Leslie Bricusse? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's a very good soundtrack.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I think that in the trailer they say something. It was a review for him that he's just outstanding, essentially, and which is not a surprise at all. So, so it looks really personable. It looks very intimate in that regards. Looking at the characters, I'm just going to give you my opinion, even though you didn't ask for it. It looks like they were. The characters seemed, I don't know, just very kind of unique and interesting and real, which is kind of attractive in that regards. And it's an older couple, and maybe the dynamic of what relationships might look like in that, at that stage of life would be kind of interesting to see. So it's got some stuff. And then the whole, what's he do? How much detail do they get into the Doomsday package? Or his creation
beans,
and right, and then. Man, what does a shopaholic look like? I don't know. I'm just throwing that in. I really don't care.
They look like Winona Ryder. But anyway, what's your opinion?
Might I do a rating right now? Because Terry always asked me, and then I just do the rating right away.
That's okay. We'll just let you start.
Well, then you failed.
I'm sorry.
I'll ask your opinion. We'll risk it. Go ahead. Tell me what your opinion is.
The rating?
No, your opinion.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. You no more failure.
All right.
You're good.
I honestly wouldn't watch it.
You wouldn't watch it?
No.
Why is that?
It's not really exciting. I think if you're,
It's like a character study.
It's a chick flick.
It's kind of a chick flick.
Let's be real.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You're right. It's just I was blown away by the thought that my idea of a chick flick doesn't star John Lithgow, but that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But you're right. It seems sort of like I don't know, just like a somber character study.
Yeah.
So not something you'd be running to the movie theaters to see.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
Right.
At least that Robert Redford movie had him robbing banks, which gave it a bit of a, what was that called? I can't remember. The Robert Redford movie where he was robbing banks.
Nope, got me.
Okay, that's all right.
Terry would know.
Terry would know. Terry would know, and he could connect it back to.
Dude, you got a computer in front of you. Just look it up.
That's okay. Well, what's your rating?
Don't do it.
We might as well go into the ratings.
Yeah.
I think we just dissected this enough. What's your rating, Bobby?
I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs down.
2 thumbs down from Bobby. What's your rating?
It's funny. I was thinking to myself, it's probably going to be 80% women in the theater, which which could be a good place to meet people.
I think it's just going to go right to Netflix or Amazon. People will watch it when they need to drink something.
It's not an action film that I'm super excited about, but it's got a lot of interesting elements. So I'm going to go like this.
Okay, which is actually my rating too, because I like both the actors, but I'm just not that excited watching it. Even though I do like Doomsday.
Yeah,
people.
plot
lackluster kind of.
Doomsday actually happens in the movie. No,
that
it's
would
not
be amazing,
in the trailer, right?
But there doesn't seem to be any hint. The only hint we get is that he has a heart attack or something, which is sad.
That's as doomy as it gets.
Jeez, that just cut the wind out of that.
It just gives her an excuse to yell at him. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, so that was that.
That was that.
So the next movie I think is a little bit more exciting.
Yes.
It's also sort of a Doomsday movie.
It is kind of actually. How'd that work out? I didn't make that connection.
Yeah, every once in a while they come up with a theme. Every once in a while, not often, but every once in a while.
Oh wait, that's not it.
The Dead Don't Die?
It's The Dead Can't Die, which is a very clear distinction because there's a 1930s film called The Dead Don't Die.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I don't know much about.
Which is a very confusing sentence, actually, when you think about it.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
The
not
Dead
an
Don't
easy
Die.
thing to do.
So can we roll Dead Can't Die?
Roll it. And I'll see if I can find a synopsis that actually might be useful. We didn't talk about who directed that other film, but so this one is The Dead Don't Die. It's directed by Jim Jarmusch.
Okay.
Something along those lines. Now I feel bad. Now I feel your pain.
It's the curse of this chair.
I think so. The plot is simply in a small, peaceful town, zombies suddenly rise to terrorize the town. Now, 3 bespectacled police officers and a strange Scottish morgue expert must band together to defend the undead.
That's cool.
Defeat, not defend.
Like, it seems
I
like
do
you're
need
doing
glasses.
a pretty good job.
Yeah.
So this has a whole bunch of stars in it, including Bill Murray, who was also in Zombieland.
Right.
Which I think is actually my favorite role.
Yep.
That he is in.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen Ghostbusters. I wasn't a huge fan.
Oh, right.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan, but I liked him.
Yeah. But I did like Zombieland. I thought that was very entertaining.
Danny Glover, which is cool to see him back on screen. He looks kind of frail and peckish. I don't know what peckish really, but he just looks
Kylo
small
Ren
and like not
is
big.
in this movie.
Which is
Kylo
cool.
Ren.
Kylo
Ren.
This is his comeback right here. He's actually trying to be intimidating in a cop uniform, but I still can't get behind
Adam Driver, that's his name. I just thought I know him as Kylo Ren. Or that guy from Girls.
I just know him as Kylo. It's not even intimidating enough for the Ren.
Yeah, just Kylo. The guy you want to like.
Oh, and Buscemi is in it as well.
That's right. It doesn't look like he's going to have much of a part.
No, it doesn't
Looks
actually.
like he just gets,
yeah.
From the
very small
trailer,
part
I
in the
would say
trailer.
He
He
doesn't
doesn't
have very much.
last.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he lasts very long.
Okay, so what do you guys think about this trailer?
Ready at the same time. Ready, Bobby? Ready, set, go. No, I'm just kidding.
I wasn't sure if you're going to throw your thumbs up or what. Bill Murray's in this. I think that's going to be awesome. I think Kylo.
Yeah, Adam Driver.
Kylo Adam Driver?
Yeah.
Ren?
Yes, Ren. I think it'll be funny. I think it'll be a good movie. I wouldn't watch it in theaters, but I'll definitely see it.
Is that because of the gross factor, or just it's not grabbing you enough to see it?
No, it just wouldn't grab me.
Okay.
I guess. I'm just...
Are you into zombie stuff, like Pride and Prejudice and zombies, that sort of thing?
Not really.
Okay.
No, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
my brothers were obsessed with The Walking Dead for a
while. And I am too.
Yeah.
But it mainly because of so Walking Dead's a whole nother story altogether, right? But Shaun of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, some of the kind of the classic movies. This one actually looks like it's kind of tongue-in-cheek and funny, and I want to see how the whole Adam Driver thing works, and I want to see Danny Glover again, and Bill Murray I haven't seen on screen in a while, so and since and I loved him in Caddyshack, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this all plays out, and just it looks goofy and fun, and I like
very, very dry too. Like it looks like the humor is very, very dry.
My kind of humor.
Your kind of humor.
Yeah, very British humor kind of a guy.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. So you guys want to go right into the rating, or?
Yeah, let's do
everything?
it.
Yeah, sure.
So okay.
Yep.
So let's start with Bobby.
Yep, I'm gonna give it
two thumbs
up.
Bobby.
Yes.
All right, that's a good rating.
It's a good rating. I think I was like, do I do a half thumb?
Yeah, because you're
if
not
that's
going to go to the
possible,
theater,
like a stub thumb. That's a new one. They got thumb and stub.
I like that.
Thumb and stub.
Like this?
Yeah, if you
okay,
can't,
so he's really giving
this is
it
like,
this.
if someone took me to the theater, I'd definitely go watch it.
But you won't volunteer.
Somebody
we have
paid
1
for
minute,
it.
so okay. So what's your rating?
I'm because I don't think I'll go see it in the theater, but I'm definitely going to look for it on streaming media.
Okay.
I will definitely find it. It's on my list already.
Who don't have any thumbs.
Comes out in June, so I don't have to wait a year, basically.
Well, I love the coroner with the sword. So even though I'm not really a zombie fan, I'm going to give it a thumb and a half because it looks like it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren playing a small town cop.
His voice is cool. I like his voice.
Yeah.
He's a good actor, actually.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we're wrapping up. We have 30 seconds or something. So we'll be right back with local news, or what do we call it now?
Anything goes with Mitch.
Anything goes with Mitch.
Except that one thing.
Except for that one thing, which we don't talk about here. Okay, so, and we'll be right back. So enjoy this clip, which I don't know what you guys are going to be seeing, but I'm sure it's going to be awesome. And we'll be right back.
Late Night Live Show on Facebook?
Yeah, that's the one. That sounds like lots of fun. Isn't that the one that you've got guests on?
Mm-hmm, it is.
Oh, wow, I think you should have Steve be a guest on that show. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep, definitely.
Good idea, yeah. You a photographer?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
You sure?
Nope, not even a little bit. Not me neither. Nope. Think you bought it? Yep, sure. We'll see Steve on that show very soon. Yep.
Welcome back to the Early Late Night Live Show. And it turns out I've been saying the wrong channel number this whole time, so I apologize. We are actually on Exeter Channel 98, as well as we are on Facebook Live, and we're live on YouTube, and we're also being played on Chester TV. So, you can find us on any of those. We're here every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and we're expanding every week, so you'll be able to find us in more and more places. But now...
Seems that way, right?
Yeah,
every week,
I know.
which is
we're
pretty
everywhere
awesome.
you want to be, pretty much.
And probably everywhere you don't want us to be.
Yeah, you'll just turn around and we'll be there. Yeah. So now it's time for Anything Goes with Mitch, except for that one thing which we won't talk about. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
All right, so astonish us.
No pressure.
At all.
I don't think local news is ever generally astonishing, but it's oftentimes interesting.
My breath's been taken away a few times.
Yeah?
I will say, yeah.
Oh, cool.
One time they spotted a shark off of Hampton Beach. I was scared for a week.
That would scare me too, actually. Let's see. Oh, did you know that shark bites are like the 25th most, somewhere in the top 30 of people dying in like Florida or something like that?
Well, now I do, thanks.
Thank you. I don't know if that's really true or not.
I once met
It's
a
not
guy
the
who
news.
was terrified of sharks, who spent an entire dinner telling me how sharks could swim upstream in rivers to bite you when you fell out of your canoe.
I like canoeing.
I do too. Now I don't intend on ever falling out of them. So anyway.
Get one of those canoes that you can't fall out of?
Yes, yes. Bring my shark repellent bat spray with me.
That's why I like lakes. I'm a big
Lakes
lake
are
guy.
nice.
New Hampshire, Maine.
Mm-hmm.
No sharks in the lake.
No sharks.
So the first thing we're going to talk about today is the NewEnglandFilm.com. I love this website for starters. I mean, it's just awesome. It's like so much. There's local news. I mean, Michelle Meek, who I really hope to have on the show sometime. She was traveling around, and so she's agreed to come on. It's just that scheduling it hasn't worked out yet, so we'll be working on that. And so I love her website, and they apparently are doing this online New England Film Festival.
Oh, okay.
So it's their 11th annual online New England Film Festival. Launches in September 2nd. It says launches, but 2019 September. You can submit your film if it's less than 30 minutes and has local New England ties. Oh. So independent filmmakers out there.
Take note.
Yeah, if you've got a film you're working on, maybe you did a 48-hour film festival piece and you want to button it up and submit it to New England Film, then you can get some recognition and people will see it. If the link is posted, which I'm sure it will be, there's also a watch online now from all the previous or some of the previous years and films that they've had. So there's a lot of interesting material to go and look. And if you like independent film, you can go and watch it and probably spend an hour or more just watching films.
So is this continuous, or is it like one day where they play all these films?
It's, you know what, that's a good question. What happens after you submit it and if it gets approved? It doesn't appear to be, and it appears to be free as well. It's like most film festivals require, a fee of some kind to submit. I'm actually logging into this. Film Freeway is a popular place for people to submit films and curators for festivals to actually go and search for people who have submitted films that they want to be considered. It keeps it all kind of buttoned up and in one neat place. Apparently there are prizes and awards and festival stuff that kind of go along with it. So.
Okay, so say the name of this the website again, New Hampshire.
So it's NewEnglandFilm.
NewEnglandFilm.org. .com. I'm so good at listening. I'm sorry.
It's all right. And then New England Film Festival is on their site.
That's awesome. So check it out. If you've got a short film that's less than 30 minutes but has a New England tie, check it out. You might want to get your film seen by millions, possibly.
Bazillions.
Yeah,
maybe.
Exactly.
Is that a number? Bazillions?
We'll just say it is.
Okay.
Sure. Why not?
Well, anything goes, right?
Anything goes,
I can make up names and work for dollars.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? Local news. So the Boston International Film Festival. We've talked about that a lot. Tickets are actually, some of these shows are actually selling out. Like individual tickets for these shows are selling out. So definitely go. But the 3-day or the all sessions pass is only $75. So you can actually get a ticket to go to essentially all of the shows for the entire 4 days that they're actually up.
And
so
you've got like 3 films
bucks.
in there, right, that you were part of?
Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday night. I was in 2 of them and behind the scenes on one of them.
Okay.
So Steve's film, I was actually behind the scenes. The only one. But I do have my coat. I have a Air Force issued fatigue jacket that I got from my father is in the film.
Oh, wow.
So my jacket's 15 minutes of fame.
All right.
It's kind of funny. It gets stuffed with, well, I'm not going to give away a little bit of the film. Yeah, I can't do that. Let's see. I can't remember what else I was going to talk about, honestly. I had made notes at one point. And now I can't find them.
Well, that happens a lot with me, I'm afraid. Okay.
So we are, you and I are doing a film this weekend. We're working on a film together.
That's right, yeah. It's a short
Ryan,
film.
One of our social media guys.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. I get to run around with a shotgun and shoot at an alien robot from outer space, I think. I don't think I'm giving away too much by saying that.
Yeah, well, the name of the film is
Horse. It's a robotic horseman.
Robotic horseman from outer space.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not giving anything.
And it's actually was written and being directed and filmed by our social media guy, Ryan.
Yep, so be on the lookout for that. It's going to be awesome. You know, I love sci-fi. This one looks like he's going to do like sort of an Irwin Allen kind of cheesiness to it, which I really appreciate. Have you watched like any Irwin Allen?
No, well, I probably have, but...
Okay, so he was the one who did Lost in Space, he did Time Tunnel, he did Planet of the Giants or something like that, and Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. All of them like super cheesy.
Okay.
And Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea I couldn't watch as a kid because it terrified me so much.
Land Before Time kind of a situation.
Yeah, kind of like that. I don't think he did that one, but he also did like disaster films like Towering Inferno and The Poseidon Adventure. So all those big budget films.
10,000 Leagues Under the Sea comes to mind. I think that's...
Yeah.
I don't know if that's appropriate or fits, or certainly probably not made by him.
Well, it's like the same idea. It's like
yeah.
this, you know, sub and stuff like that. Yeah. That was by Jules Verne, and the only version I've seen of that is the James Mason one, the Disney one, which was a very good movie. Had not Michael Douglas, his dad, whose name I can't remember, Kirk Douglas. Douglas. It was notable because he sang a song on it.
Sounds like a whole genre in and of itself, honestly.
What? Submarine movies where Kirk Douglas singing?
It's weird, yeah. Kirk Douglas singing, that's, I don't know. That doesn't need to be seen, I don't think.
It's a very good movie.
Was it?
Yeah, I very much enjoyed that.
Surprise.
So, yeah. Well, I love Jules Verne. So, how about you, Bobby? Are you familiar with Irwin Allen or cheesy old sci-fi?
Not really.
No?
No.
Sorry to disappoint. Some of it's pretty bad. Some of it really... Cheesy sci-fi is really bad. I still like it.
So I was thinking about talking about agent relationships and things like that in the Boston area at one point. And the idea of people getting into the industry as actors, right? In order to, well, if you want to work in this industry, you can go out and find it on your own. It's a grind, as any. You're kind of just selling yourself and more or less trying to find, as a freelancer, no matter what you're doing, you're always trying to market yourself and things like that. That was one of the other bits of news. Again, NewEnglandFilm.com. I might segue into that, but marketing yourself requires headshots, experience, resume, and resources like websites and business cards and printouts and things like that. So when I talk, I often tell people, and Terry asks me, or what would I recommend, or what a piece of advice would I give somebody trying to break into the business? It usually revolves around being professional, knowing your industry, and treating it like a business. So you have to, if you ever decide that you want to get into this business and find work, in the Boston area, there are several agents. Manchester, Boston has several agents. And they can help get you information and make you aware of the auditions that are available that fit you and suit you. But they're going to be looking for a certain caliber of person, a certain caliber of a certain level of experience. And not to make it sound all that difficult, but because its personality comes into play too. But do things like local theater. Go out to film.com. How much time do we have?
I don't know how much
am I
time
worrying
we have.
about this?
We have 5 minutes.
People running.
A round of 5 minutes, and then 1-3 came up.
That's awesome.
So we got between 3
we
and 5
have 3 minutes till
yeah.
our 2-minute warning.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so
because you're doing that, right?
So I have an agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have an acting agent, which out of Boston, and I'm thinking about getting more for my voiceovers, the voiceover work that I plan on doing. And it'll be strictly for voiceover work in different states, which apparently I'm allowed to do. And all of my commercial work comes from my agent and Model Club, by the way, out of Model Club Inc. And so if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know about a lot of these commercial auditions. There's probably 50% of them that I actually go to are actually not distributed by the casting companies that they know who I am. And there's at least a half a dozen casting agencies in the greater Boston area. And although Boston Casting's pretty good about sending out notices to certain people and doing blanket advertising, if you're on their email list at Boston Casting, that's like one of the first things you should do, is just get involved with Boston Casting.
It's like, we need 12-year-old twins. I'm like, oh,
right.
don't qualify.
Well, those are the ones that I generally get. Those are like their blanket emails.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you have to do in order to get into their onto some of these other emails that I get.
Agency Pro?
But Agency Pro is key. So if you don't have a profile with Agency Pro, then that's a must. So I'm going to put a link into Agency Pro for Boston Casting. I would definitely do that. Yeah. Then do some community theater, take some acting classes, build your resume just to fill it up. Get real clear about what kind of skills he talked about. Decide what your talent is. And I think that's important too. Why classes are so important, because it helps you to understand what you do well at, kind of characters you do well at, and things like that. And doing cold reads. So just to kind of demystify the agency market a little bit, they're approachable, and a lot of times they'll do workshops where you can actually go. Like Model Club actually has a workshop they hold. I think it's like the first Wednesday of every month. Oh. And you can actually just go and hang out with them for the evening for a couple hours or so, and they kind of tell you about the business and what they do, and if you're interested, they might take your resume, and that's kind of how I got into it, actually.
So we have to wrap up because I just got the 2-minute signal, but I know both of you are pursuing acting, or I think, are you still? Not
as much as I was, but yeah, I'm always going to be.
But would you agree with Steve that it's totally worth it, even though it's a lot of extra work?
Absolutely.
It's pretty rewarding, yeah. I find a lot of reward in it. It's difficult, and I'm at that stage where I have debated whether or not I'm going to take it to the next level and go to New York and pursue that ultimate dream, or try doing other things that light me up, because going to New York's a whole nother ball of wax.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we are down to 1 minute, but I think this has been a good show, even though Terry wasn't here. So thank you both.
It's been probably the best show. I don't even, everyone's giving a round of applause.
There's a lot less yelling.
There was.
At least I think there was a lot, yes.
Hold on, wait a minute, we get it out. Damn it, Dan. Seriously, Mitch? KJ, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, because Terry says that every time. He's like, KJ,
yeah.
Well, thank you both for being here. Thank you to the back crew for all your work. Thank you to Jim for being our audience tonight. You rock. We're going to have you on the show sometime. Show us your guitar work and everything. So we are live every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. We talk to people in the entertainment industry, especially local people. So if you're an actor, artist, musician, you make movies, you do plays, whatever, you want to come on our show and talk about it, please let us know. Message us through our site. We are wrapping up now, so watch us every Wednesday night on Facebook and YouTube. And joining us, yes. Am I still on? I think I'm still on. I am still
Yes,
on.
you
Okay,
are.
so we are on Channel 98 in Exeter, and we are being played on Chester TV, and we are being picked up by more and more channels, so you can find us in more and more places. And again, if you want to be on our show, just send us a message. Thank you, Mitch, for being on our show today.
It was my pleasure. It was fun.
Yeah.
This bump.
And thank you, Bobby, for being here today.
Absolutely.
All right. And I'm KJ Traynor. Terry Traynor will be back next week, you know, illness providing, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Bobby.
Kidding, Terry. Kidding.
Meantime, check us out on narrowstreetfilms.com, and see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Now you've seen the Terry Traynor Show. There's some things about him you should know. He's the best damn producer that you've ever seen. He gets that way 'cause he's so rough